YouTube. Making a little bit of dinner right now. Probably put you down, put you guys put you down for a second. Hot dogs tonight. I've got pretty good internet signal where I'm at right now, so hopefully you guys can hear. The audio will be okay, and the signal will be okay. Not seeing your guys' messages and trying to pull up the chat box. That's probably better lighting. Oh, there's a box. Hello, what's up, Jim? What's up, John? How goes it? How you guys doing tonight? If you don't mind, just gonna have a hot dog in front of you guys. I just cruised by the RTR. I was up there with Grateful Days and the Joneses, traveling with the Joneses. Not too much going on up there around the campfire. Did get a Sasnak sticker. That's pretty cool. Met Stan and also met Hobo Jack up there. Their little little gathering up there at their camp. Been a long time since I've Picture's good. A lot of hiss and low audio. How's the audio? Is it any better? I just put in a microphone, a ceramic microphone. It's better. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I just put a ceramic external microphone attached, so much better. Okay, there we go. All right. So the sound is okay. The picture's good. Any of you watching right now? Are you guys in Quartzsite? Any of you guys in Quartzsite? There we go. Illinois, we were having a snowstorm in Illinois. Wow. It's starting to warm up here in Quartzsite a little bit. We had a really bad cold spell about a week ago. It got down into the really low 30s, below freezing temperatures. So it's starting to warm up now. It's kind of like 40 degrees here in the morning now when I wake up. I knew I should have taken lip reading courses. Yeah, lip reading and cold reading courses. I was just up at the RTR. I dropped by with a couple of other friends, and I'm not camped up there, but I did drop by and say hello to a few people. I got a Sasnak sticker from Stan. Pretty cool guy. Also met Hobotech. So it was good to see a few people. There's a lot of people up there. A lot of people camped up there. So when I dropped by, everything was really peaceful. I was expecting it to be like Woodstock. Big parties going everywhere, beer bongs, you know, people drinking and having a good time. Nothing. It was completely dead and quiet. I thought it was going to be like a Van Halen concert, but no, it's pretty far from it. So everybody's pretty chill. Burning Man. Yeah. That Burning Man is the one where you run around naked out in the desert with a bunch of strangers. I'm just playing around with this to try to see how the lighting is. Don't really have anything to talk about. Just thought I would come on and say hi to you guys and practice doing more live streaming. Test out the live streaming skills. Not that you need a lot of skills. I think you just have to be maybe stupid enough to come up here and just put yourself out there, maybe. Doesn't take a lot of intelligence to do these live streams. Up north of 60, what's happening, brother? How you doing, man? How are you guys doing out there in the world? So yeah, I've just been camped out here. I've been doing a lot of hiking. I cannot believe it, guys. I'm being real with you. You're not going to believe who I ran into yesterday out hiking, like completely out of the blue. And the funny part is I didn't even recognize him until like he says, "Hey, what's going on, Dalton?" I ran into Adventure Van Man. I ran into Brian out on the trail hiking. And it was really cool to see him again. I haven't seen him since 2016 when we shot the breeze outside of his camp and had a couple of beers, and he made some really killer burritos with Cholula sauce. This was, way before, he did the commercial or anything or like that. Anyways, it was great to run into Brian. He looked really good. He looked happy. He looked healthy. So I wish you all the best. Keep on pressing on, and you're definitely, you've always been a great inspiration, and you've always been an awesome ambassador for the van life and camping and everything else, man. But it was great. It was great running into Brian. Doing well, just hanging out up north of 60. Right on. Have you been going out and doing any extreme camping, outdoorsman camping in the cold with your cabin tent or your cabin hunting tent with the wood stove? Have you been doing any much of that at all? Better put this thing down because it's nothing more annoying than it being all like shaky and everything. Trying to find a good place to put it because lighting and stuff in here is kind of... Just bear with me, guys, for a little bit here. That's not any good. That's better. Hell with it. I'll just put it down here for right now. Let's see. Everything is working good. Doing well. Is hanging out. Cool. So the sound is okay then, coming through. I need to just leave this thing down because I'm using my. This is coming in off my AT&T Mobley, and I'm using the Wii Boost. So I've got probably at least 4 bars of service right now. Okay, good. Thanks, Jim. So yeah, everything's been going pretty good out here. My solar is working good. I haven't had to fire up my generator yet since I've been out here, which is pretty cool. So the solar is working pretty good. We've been out several times over the Christmas holidays, heading out for a trip. Okay, cool. Winter camping. Yep. A friend of mine does that. He's got a Cabela's hunting cabin tent with a wood stove, and he takes it out and goes out for a couple of weeks and tent camps, which is a lot of fun. I've actually thought a lot about. I've been thinking about tent camping on this trip. I've had some crazy thoughts. I've been thinking about. Yeah, I don't know. I do like tent camping, but I mean, you could come down here to Quartzsite and set up a tent, and you could live pretty darn good out here without all the, some of the hassles with having an RV. So that's another good way to go. You just got to be able to have a tent that's going to withstand some of the wind out here. Lots of fun. Yeah, for sure it is. How much is gas there? $2.04 in Southern Illinois. I paid in Parker. I paid $2.95 a gallon for diesel. So pretty good price. Here in Quartzsite, it's like it's over $3 a gallon here in Quartzsite. So still pretty cheap. Yep. But other than that, yeah, I've just been camping out here with a few friends. I met up with Grateful Days, Tommy and Lori. They're on Instagram, Grateful Days. And so they were out here for a few days, and I got to meet them, which was great. Actually, well, I met Tommy before last summer in Florence. He had an Arctic Fox truck camper, but he came down here, so he's down here. And yeah, I've just met up some really cool people. Met Ed and Carla. I've been camping with them for a few days. They took off and went over to the Grand Designs meetup or gathering of the folks who own the brand Grand Design RVs. There was a meetup group out here. But I'm by myself again, so peace and quiet and solitude. So you can get sometimes you can get kind of a little tired. You can get a little worn out from all of the socializing that happens out here in Quartzsite. There's a lot of socializing going on. It's very social out here. So no, it's all good. It's just sometimes it's kind of cool to just kind of have go back to quiet again for a little while. I've got a couple of more friends that are coming up here in a couple of days from Yuma. They're going to camp up where I am right now. So yeah, maybe I can get an interview and some video footage with some of those guys. They have sand rails. Gotta run. Stay safe out there. All right, brother. You take care, man. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I've been here since been in Quartzsite since the beginning of December. Just camped here and just meeting up with a few different friends that I've met on the road. You know, the last few years I've met up. People kind of come and go, and you know, you meet people and they camp and then they want to go somewhere else. I met up with some friends down here, and then they ended up going up to Parker, and then they ended up going up to Bullhead City, and you know, so people kind of float around. But I think I'll probably end up seeing a lot more people, my friends again, when the big tent goes on, because people like to go down, and everybody likes to go see the big tent. I mean, once you've seen the big tent, you've kind of seen it. You kind of seen it all. It's kind of the same thing year after year. But anyways, you know, there's always some cool new gadgets or inventions or products or services that people are coming out with. So it's always interesting to see follow some of the RVing trends, and you can definitely pick up on a few of the trends here at the big tent. It's happening next weekend. I think the 19th is when it opens. They also have the RVing show, the RV show that goes on, and you can take a tour and walk through each of the RVs. No hassle, no haggling, and you can freely walk through and check out some of the junk that they're building today. No. It's true, but yeah, you can walk through some floor plans and see what floor plans you like. And they've got everything. They got vans, they've got Class A's, everything. Class C's, toy haulers, fifth wheels. It's pretty cool. You can walk through and kind of just see some of the different floor plans. Fred Wilson, what's going on? Fred, this is Fred in Texas. Wife and I are thinking about a truck camper. Wanted to see what you thought of the RTR so far. With all the dust and crazy people, I don't know if it's for us. You know, yeah, it's you really have to come out and experience it for yourself and have an open mind. It's definitely a gathering of, you know, all walks of life and different people and different rigs, and so yeah, you just got to come out and check it out for yourself. It may be for you, it may not be for you. I went the first year, I went in 2016, and back in those days, it was a lot smaller than what it is now. Now they've got a stage set up where the speakers speak on, and big intercom, big speakers, and whatever you call the microphone, big systems and stuff. So there's just a lot of people here, and I know that definitely pushes me away a lot. I don't like big crowds. I kind of like smaller, smaller groups. But yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of cool rigs that people have built out themselves, and people have done some really trick things with solar and just some of the build outs. And then you get to meet a lot of cool people. So yeah, you really just have to check it out for yourself. There's kind of like a lot of rules and stuff, and I guess with just as the bigger that it gets and the bigger it grows, there's just tends to just kind of be a little bit more rules and stuff, so and that's as the bigger it gets, there's just the more rules and the more this and the more that, and so I don't know, it may kind of not be for you, but yeah, you just got to come and check it out for yourself. But yeah, it's really a gathering of just people from all walks of life, and it's kind of like a melting pot, of all kinds of different things. So yeah, it's pretty much what it is. But I'm definitely glad that I went, and my first year I went, and I got to check it out. Got to go to they put on seminars, and the seminars talk about a variety of different things. If you're kind of new to being a full-time RVer, nomad, what have you, there's a lot of great resources there to learn from other people who are on the road, who have been doing this for a while, work camping. There's people there that have been doing it for years, and they can guide you with doing things. So yeah, it's definitely a great resource for your first time. But year after year, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. But a lot of people go because it's kind of like it's like a year reunion to kind of reconnect and see people that you haven't seen in a while. So for a lot of people, that's what it is. Elena, LOL, what's going on? How's the Dodge running? The Dodge is running great, man. The old 5.9 12 valve pre-emission diesel engine is just running like a top, and I have no complaints at all. I have no complaints at all about the truck. It's running really good, and I don't have any plans to get rid of it anytime soon. It's just it just continues to be a really good, reliable truck for me, and it's simple, and it's very affordable to fix and repair and get parts for. And so I'm gonna stick to the simple. The simple is better with it. But so anyways, yeah, it's good. It's running good. No troubles. Just it's just getting older every year, and things are kind of wear out. But it's still in really good shape. It's still in really good shape for a truck that's over 20 years old. It doesn't even have 170,000 miles on it. So engine's like just getting kind of broken in, So no, it's a damn good truck. Somebody would have to really pry it out of my hands, I think, or make me an offer I could not refuse to sell it. I definitely, if I was to sell the truck, it would be one of these kind of deals where if somebody gives me the price I want for it, then I would sell it. But that's the only way I would do it. Yes, some are junky. Is there a truck camper section there? There probably, I don't believe there's a truck camper section there. They have, I'm going to get a chair here and sit down for a second. I don't have a big, tall tripod. Yeah, there you go. That's probably a little better. The lighting seems to be good. Is there a truck camper section? The truck campers kind of tend to be just kind of like the vans are kind of just scattered all over the place. And, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of truck campers there. There's the camera right there. Trying to look into that camera. It's not always easy. For some reason, my eyes tend to drift this way. But yeah, there are truck campers scattered all over the place. They have like a step van section. There's a guy that's got a big step van, and they got a step van section. And so where those guys kind of go, and there's school buses and stuff. But yeah, the truck campers are kind of like with the vans. They're kind of all over the place. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of smaller. And the RTR really attracts more of the smaller type of RVs, not the big fifth wheels and the big Class A's. Stuff that's longer than 35 feet or maybe even 30 feet. A lot of the rigs at the RTR are kind of under 30 feet in length. So. I don't know, somebody's probably going to comment down here, hey, I got a big 42-foot Class A Alps parked out there right now. What are you talking about? So, all right, let me be quiet for a second and see what questions you have. I haven't heard about the seminars and things. That may be interesting to check out. Yeah, they have, some of the people are, I would consider expert status on the topics they're going to talk about. And this year, I noticed that they had a few people that weren't there when I went a couple of years. They have a person that's from Nomad Tactical, and he's like a retired person in law enforcement talking about some of the issues of security, living out here on the road, or RVing or what have you. And so that could be that's a good topic to talk about. And then they have some people that are very knowledgeable about solar that will be speaking and giving topics. And now they're also, I know Bob's doing a coupon for Northern Arizona wind and solar. So you could get a discount buying some solar through them. So yeah, there's definitely some good things. And it definitely probably, I would say, as far as the resources of information, it probably gets a little bit better every year. But there's just a lot of people there, and it's not if you don't do large groups very well, you're not going to like it. And actually, when I was up there tonight, I overheard somebody talking about somebody that left because it's just too much people, if you're pretty, it can be just kind of overwhelming for some people because of the amount of people that are there. And, some people can kind of only take that for so long before they need to leave and go find a less populated place. Let's see, Jay, how much does your trailer weigh? How much does your trailer weigh, and how well does your truck handle pulling it? Also, you had some heating issues a while back. How is that now? The truck, the fifth wheel weighs dry 10,120 pounds. And then you could probably add at least another, I believe that's with the water tank loaded. So I'm probably at least around 11,000 pounds in weight. How does the truck pull it? It doesn't do too bad. It doesn't pull it very well over the mountain passes. I've got to probably go over Siskiyou or some of the passes in Oregon where they're pretty steep, or even Tehachapi in California. That's a real steep hill. I get down to, some places 30 miles per hour trying to pull the hill. So, this engine I have, it's, 180 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque, the engine I have. And this engine hasn't been opened up or anything, so I could definitely squeeze a little bit more horsepower out of it. But anyways, yeah, it pulls the trailer fine. It's a pretty good match, I think, for my truck. But, when you're pulling a hill, just like any heavy loaded vehicle, it's going to be a little bit slow. But it does pull it. I think it's a good match for my truck. It's not too heavy. I wouldn't want something heavier than this fifth wheel. And had some heating issues. Yeah, I replaced the cooling fan clutch for the engine fan clutch, and that seemed to help. And I haven't had any issues with with heating since the first trip down here to Arizona. So all is good there. Haven't had any issues with anything else. So pretty happy about that. Yes, the engine is still stock. I haven't done anything with it. I don't know. I'm not really. I know there's a lot of things you can do to this engine, but I don't know. I just kind of would rather just leave it alone, or you know, for right now, anyways. It's just not a priority right now to. I'm not in a hurry, you know, going places. But I would like to. It would be nice to have a little more torque and horsepower pulling the mountain passes. But yeah, I don't need to. You know, I'm pretty. I kind of take my time and just let the truck. I operate the truck. You know, I don't push it or anything. I operate it how it was designed to operate. So, not like these new trucks where, you know, people are, I don't know, they're doing like 80 miles an hour going over the pass and, you know, all that. So, nah, I don't need to be doing that. That's just, you're just asking for an accident when you're doing that stuff. Do you miss the truck camper? I have thought about a truck camper again, actually. I don't know if it's it doesn't seem like it's the direction that I probably, I don't know. I might go. I've got the camper that I like right now. It's a Lance Light 915 or a 920 that were built like in 2005 or 2006. Those truck campers had an interior ceiling height of 6'10" 6'10", and so tall interior ceiling height, and they're only weigh dry about 2,300 pounds dry. So I would be just a little bit over 3,000 pounds. So I think if I was to do another truck camper, I probably would go with probably that model, or a bumper pull trailer. Reason for bumper pull is this fifth wheel is kind of giving me a little bit of problems with just the height. I can't really walk around upstairs very well in the shower and upstairs and getting dressed and everything. The countertops in this fifth wheel too are also really, they're low, and so I'm tall. I'm 6'6", so I need things that are higher for my body, for my stature. So I don't know, guys. It's hard, you know. These when you're a tall person in RVs, I mean, it really sucks, for lack of a better word. They don't build stuff for tall people. The Northern Light I had, actually, that had tall countertops, and it was actually pretty good I found the countertops were built nice and high, but that truck camper was it was cramped. It was really cramped for me. It needed to be taller inside. So yeah, but yeah, that kind of answers your question. Do I miss the truck camper? Sometimes I do, but I don't know if that's the direction I would go again. For full-time living, you know, it's nice to have a little bit more room, and it's just nice to have a rig that you can, when you live in these rigs, being able to stand up and do certain things becomes like all of the priority. If you're just out on a weekend trip, or you're going on a camping trip for a week or something, well, that's different, because, you know, but when you're living in these rigs, you know, you really need to find something that's going to work for you, you know. And really the only way that you're going to know what that is by buying one and living in it for a while and testing everything out to see what's going to work for you. I love the fifth wheel because I can disconnect it from the truck really, really easily and hook it up. It tows like perfect. Like towing, it's great. It's got great weight distribution. This camper has a hitch weight of 1740, so it's under 1,800 pounds. So 1,800 pounds of weight is being distributed right over the axles in the bed, and so which is good for, like, that's a good weight under 1,800 pounds. Oh, let me see where we're at here. Still stock. Did you find a good mechanic in Quartzsite? I didn't need to find a good mechanic in Quartzsite. I had some work done when I was in Yuma, and I don't know. It was an okay shop. I don't know if I would go back there again. But they did do the work, and they got it done okay. I've got a 2003 Lance 835 camper and love it. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the 2005 Lance is really cool because if you go onto Google, you do a Google search, you can pull up the camper specifications for just about every year of Lance truck camper. I mean, back to the like early 90s, and they list the weights, the lengths, how tall the interior of the campers are. So yeah, Lance builds like the tallest truck campers inside that I have found through a lot of the research that I've done. But yeah, that 2005 like seems to kind of be a sweet spot. I think in 2005, I think Lance went to a like aluminum structure. I think they started building some of the frames with aluminum, but you know, it's not. I wouldn't get so hung up on aluminum. I would get hung up on actually what the weight of the camper is. You know, when I had truck campers, I mean, when it comes to truck campers, like I'm not a big fan of a heavy truck. I think when you go with a truck camper, you really want to go for something that's going to be a lighter weight, unless you have a really heavy duty truck like an F450. You know, these campers, you get over 10 feet. I mean, they'll be pushing 5,000 pounds, and you're pretty much like on my dually truck. My payload for my truck is only 4780, so I'm not even at 5,000 pounds of payload. And a lot of these campers, you can be easily overloaded. So, and then you're getting yourself into, you know, a bigger truck to carry that weight. But a lighter weight camper is always going to be the best. What I recommend for people if they want to go with a truck camper, and then something without slide outs. That slide outs add a lot of weight. And then the other problem is when you, well, there's a lot of problems with the slide out. You've got leveling issues. Sometimes when you put the slide out, the camper will want to shift this way. So then you got to put your jacks down to level out that side. And sometimes you got to take the turnbuckles off and everything. I was talking to my buddy Grateful Days, who had an Arctic Fox, the big King Kahuna truck camper, a 12-footer with a slide out. And he said that he had to put his jacks down when the slide was out to kind of, you know, level things out. So they just get to be a pain in the ass. And then, you know, when you're in parking lots and everything, and I know some people like them, but to me with a truck camper, it's just, you really want lightweight and simple. You don't want all that stuff. So Ben Roberts, I'm 6'3" and it's tough for me. Yeah, it's, if you're tall, if you're 6'3" and taller, RVs just suck, for lack of a better word. I have been looking at a line of toy haulers by Forest River called Work and Play toy haulers. They're basically a cargo trailer that has been converted to living quarters, an RV with holding tanks and everything. But those rigs, the early ones, had an 84-inch ceiling height, interior ceiling height, which that's really what I need. The newer versions of the Work and Play, they have it. Theirs are like 90-inch interior ceiling height. So the those Work and Plays, man, are I've been really looking at those like in the future. But in the future, I've been looking at those Work and Plays. They also made some fifth wheels that were nice too, fifth wheel Work and Plays. But I'd have to get something that was like 35 feet long in length to go that direction. And that would have a separate garage, which would be cool. But you're getting into this big rig that's going to limit you with where you can park it and take it and wait. And, you know, you're definitely not a minimalist when you get something that's 35 feet long. So, you know, but it just depends on what your goals are and what you're gonna what do you want to do with it, where do you want to park it, what kind of camping you want to do. What about a flatbed truck camper? Yeah, Yeah, I mean, some people do that. They like to use that space that a truck bed, conventional truck bed, takes up to build boxes and kind of build it out and that sort of thing. I've seen people do that. Yeah, it works for some people, but I don't know. There's certainly some advantages with that. I mean, I think a heavy truck is a good thing depending on the size camper you have. But yeah, a lightweight truck camper is a good thing. Or lighter, I should say, lighter weight. 6'9" on the Lance 1010. Yeah, the Lances. You got to really look at you got to go each year and look at them, because they do change the heights. They change the interior heights, and not all models were the same. Some were taller, some were a little bit shorter, but 6'10" is the tallest that I have seen in a production truck camper. Yeah, it's a 1997. It's the last year of the Holy Grail 5.9 12 valve all mechanical fuel pump engine. They put this engine in 1990 for half of the year, and those half of the year trucks had the quad cab doors that opened. But honestly, I prefer this vintage of cab that I have, because the cab, I prefer this style of cab. I prefer the seats in this vintage than the newer style. I just like it better, and I find I just like it better. There's a lot when you're sitting in the passenger seat, the way the dash is, there's a lot of room in the dash if you're a larger person. So what don't you like about your current fifth wheel? What I don't like about my current fifth wheel, I can't stand up comfortably in the upstairs, like where the bedroom is, and in the shower, it's cramped up there. I can't stand up, I'm kind of hunched over. And then the other thing, and the countertops, the kitchen countertops, the stove, the vanity in the bathroom, they're all kind of low. I mean, I'm going to stand up right now, and the bottom of the countertop, it's below my waist. So I wish everything was a little bit taller, and that's kind of why people self-build their rigs, because what's available out there just doesn't work for a lot of people. So and the other thing I kind of don't like is this slide out behind me. I find that sometimes me being as tall as I am, if I I have to kind of duck my head. I mean, look at me. The ceiling right here is 82 inches in height, right here, 82, and then it gets tall. The ceiling gets taller as you go towards the front of the fifth wheel. I got to bend my head underneath here, and so I really don't I'm not crazy about, the slide out is nice, but I think it's just got more disadvantages. So that's kind of why I like the toy haulers that don't have slide outs. I just prefer that after owning a slide out. But it's nice. The slide out, it's nice. But I could do without it. A friend of mine is 6'6" and has to stand in the fantastic fan well to stand erect. Yeah, that's what I have to do when I'm in the taking a shower. There's a ventilation fan in the shower, and I have to kind of stick. That's the only area where I can stand up in. So it's just cramped, and that's the problem with all of these RVs when you're a tall person. And, it's just after you've been doing it for a while, like I have been a few years, you just kind of get tired of it a little. You just get tired of it because you get sore and, your body and everything. I got to do a lot of stretching and stuff, but, I'm tall. Not everybody, most people don't have the issues that I have. Most people are not as tall as I am. So, But if you're a tall person, yeah, you almost really need to. I really like the idea of self-building a cargo trailer. You know, you can buy cargo trailers with 8 feet, 96 inches. I owned one for a short time. I had a cargo trailer that had a 96-inch ceiling height in it. And that thing was awesome. I mean, you could go down to Home Depot and buy a residential fiberglass shower and put in there and just build it out, you know, with your plumbing. And I really would like to do that, but the issues is that when you go that route, you may have problems if you want to park in a park or something, you know. So if you want to get like I've been looking into the 1,000 Trails membership, and you know, if you go that route, you need to have a fully built out, you know, registered RV. So, yeah, it just depends, but having something custom built. Oh, that brings me up to another company that that if I had really deep pockets, which I don't right now. There's a company in Phoenix, Arizona. They're in Mesa or somewhere in Phoenix called Dune Sport, and they custom build bumper pulls, fifth wheels. You can get any length you want, and they build their fifth wheels with the shower and the bathroom on the lower level of the fifth wheel, which is perfect, okay? And so I've really been looking at that, and you can totally build it out. You special order it. So if you want a tankless water heater, you can order that. You can get fiberglass laminated siding. You could get the corrugated metal if you want. You don't have to have a generator put in it, you know. So I would love to order one from those guys, but we're talking about probably spending $30,000 to go that route. But if you can get something built well to your specifications, you know, and you're not afraid of dropping money, you know, but you drop that kind of money on it, you're gonna lose a lot when you go to sell it. So that's why I really don't, unless I had like just a bottomless pit of finances, you know, where I can just go and blow that kind of money, you know, that would be the only time I would do something like that. J. Taggart, I live in a trailer. Okay. I had a 2001 Dodge Ram with the new dash, and it shattered completely. Does your dash with the earlier style have any issues? No, I don't have any issues with my dash at all, and I've taken mine apart one time when I did the heater core replacement, and I don't have any. I have no problems at all. Mine's been fine. I've heard stories about people's dashes cracking and everything, but no issues. No issues with mine at all. The only problems I'm having with mine is the paint. The exterior paint on the truck, the roof, it's starting to like, you know, rust a little bit. So I got to do something about that pretty soon. I've got to take it in and like, you know, probably take it into a body shop and have the hood painted and ultimately the whole truck painted. But it's mostly just the roof and the hood that are the paint's just totally deteriorating, and that's what happened. That was one of the problems with the 94 through 97 model Dodge trucks. Can you start over? I just got here. Yeah, you'll have to go ahead and rewind it all the way back, my friend. This choo-choo train has left the station. So anyways, yeah, it's getting the right rig is it's a hard thing when you're somebody like me who's really tall. There's always just seems to be some kind of a compromise somewhere. So yeah, anyways, I'm just going to pick it up, take you guys around here a little bit. Not much to look at. Not much to look at. Got 14 people watching. What other questions do you guys have? I know my live stream isn't as cool as some of the other ones going on right now. I think Hobo Tech up there at the RTR. I think he's been stealing the show, man, with the live streams going on. He's got the flamethrowers and everything. Ever wish you had a 4-wheel drive? No. A 4-wheel drive raises the it just raises the truck off the ground more, and it tends to kind of, just doesn't. I just like the way the 2-wheel drive they ride, but 4-wheel drive is definitely a huge advantage for the situations where you need it. But no, I don't really. I don't miss it. I don't really wish I had one, really. No. I would if I was driving in snow and in the mountains and snow. Then I definitely would need 4-wheel drive. But I just don't live in those environments. But no, I don't really. Really, I don't find that I have it. I need it. This excuse me, been talking a lot here, so I need to drink some water. This truck that I have, it has a limited slip rear end, so it gets really good traction. How's the weather? Weather's good. It's starting to get nicer. It's starting to warm up a little bit more in the day, like into the 60s, and in the mornings when I wake up, it's in the 40s, in the low 40s when I wake up. What has been your favorite spot to camp at? That's a great one, man. Favorite spot to camp at? Well, one of them was the Lake Shastina in Northern California, just outside of Weed, California. That was a really cool spot because it was right on the lake. It was free for 14 days. I don't know if it is anymore. They might be charging. Beautiful views of Mount Shasta. That was one of my favorite places that I camped at. I loved I think just, I don't know, Northern California, like in the mountains in Northern California and up in the Siskiyous. Like, I just love it up there, man. It's incredible. That country up there, if you go up there the right time of the year, like November. Oh, that's another one. I think, what was it? Hell's Gate in Northern California. I forget what area that it was. Kind of oh geez. No, I forget. I'd have to look on the map again. But Hell's Gate, I remember that. That was like this huge campground, and it was like free, and there was nobody there. It was this huge place to camp. And I saw a couple people there, but like that place was cool. And I hit that in November, so like it was kind of warm during the day and cool at night. But man, I'm telling you what, guys, like Northern California is a great place to go camping in November. Like, highly recommend going up there. The leaves, they turn it's fall, and so all of the color of the leaves and the smell in the air, you get the smell from the trees, and man, it's like wicked cool in Northern California. Yeah, I mean, every place like has Like there's cool places to camp all over. You know, like in the desert, there's pretty cool places. I really liked it in the desert. I really liked it down by Oregon Pipe Cactus National Park. That's a trip that, excuse me, unfortunately I didn't do any filming on. I think I took some pictures of it, but Oregon Pipe Cactus was beautiful. Beautiful place to hiking, and it's awesome. You get all of the cactuses and the different, it's awesome. Really nice park. And then there's also some BLM area down there near that park, Ajo, Arizona. There's some cool camping down there. And then I also went camping, and I didn't do any videos on this. I went down to the Coronado National Forest. This is south of Tucson. And there's some places up in the hills there that are just beautiful. Kind of, you know, close to the border, a little bit close to the border. But those are some really neat areas to go camping. Northern California, though, I also haven't traveled all around the United States. I haven't been to Colorado. I haven't been to Utah, to Wyoming. I mean, I haven't even been to Montana. I haven't even been to Idaho. So I'm probably not the best person to ask, like, where is the good places to go. I haven't even been to Alaska, you know. So, and I have been. I'm a little jealous. My friends Tommy and Lori, they're going up there this year. They invited me to go, but I think I'll be working. So, yeah, I haven't been up to Alaska yet. But yeah, there's just a lot of cool places to go if you want to go for some more of that. I mean, I like that, you know, wild kind of off the boondocks, off the beaten path camping places to go. But yeah, there's some really cool places in Northern California. You go up there on off of the Bigfoot Highway. That's a really cool place up there, man. You can there's a lot of back country to explore. But if you go up there, you may not have self-service, and if you break down, like, it could really suck. So just a warning if you do that. Mr. Minimalist, hey, what's going on? Happy 2019. Thank you. Reading your guys' comments. How long do you get out of your batteries each day before recharging? I don't, all I do with my batteries, I charge my laptop, my MacBook, and then my tablet, my phones. I don't use, and then obviously the lights, the refrigerator, the hot water tank, and I think that's about it. But I can go all night, and then when I go to bed, my batteries, like if I really wear them down, they'll be sitting at maybe like 12.3. So I don't usually let my batteries go below 12.2, but I can pretty much. Now that's if I had a good day of sun. I had like one day, I've had a couple of days where it was cloudy, and on those cloudy days, that's where you need as many solar panels as you can get. I only have 295 watts. So on a cloudy day, sometimes it's hard to get my batteries into float. You know, you have bulk charging, you have absorption, and then you have float, the 3 stages. So ultimately the goal, but I'm probably getting way off of your question, but if I've got good sun in the morning, I can typically, my batteries will be sitting at float at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's down here in Arizona, in the Arizona sun. Everything north of Mendocino County is the holy grail as far as I'm concerned. I totally agree. Yeah. Every time I go into Northern California, it just blows my mind. I mean, the canyons and all of the rivers, you go up into the 6 rivers or the Trinity National Forest, like that area. And then there's also the eastern side of California. And I mean, you got the Sierras. I mean, there's incredible places to go, and it's just amazing. And a lot of the places, you hardly see anybody. There's not a lot of people in those places, in those areas. So you got the whole place to yourself. But yeah, yeah, Northern California is amazing. And then Oregon, there's a lot of great places in Oregon. Yeah, free camping. Yeah, free camping in Oregon. I haven't. I really want to go down to the southeastern side of Oregon, Klamath Falls area, a Diamond Lake, I think it is. Northwest Hiker YouTube channel. He goes out there and goes camping, and I'd love to go out there sometime and go camping. There's some, like, you can go camping on some of the plateaus and overlooking, lakes. But yeah, Diamond Lake, that's an area in Oregon that I really would like to check out. There's also some really nice camping that I highly recommend, that I think I did some videos on your way up to Crater Lake. Now, there's probably some areas you can go free camping, but there are some really, really nice rustic campgrounds on the way up to Crater Lake from Medford. So the area that I'm talking about is Prospect, Oregon, on the drive up to Crater Lake. If you go up there at the right time of the year, like July is a good time of the year. There's going to be a lot of bugs if you go up there that time of the year, but beautiful places to go camping. There's one campground I was up there, and I absolutely loved it, man. We went. There was, creeks that you could go bathing in and go swimming in, but there's some really beautiful areas to go camping around that area, and not a lot of people. The campground wasn't crowded. There wasn't a lot of people there. So yeah, go check that area out, around Prospect, Oregon. Yeah. Aho, pronounced Aho. All right, I got you. Aho. Hi, Ariana, what's going on? Aho. I've got friends there and just used to stay. It's simply hot and dry. Yeah, Aho. Yeah, that was a neat area. I went camping out there for about a week. I went boondocking on BLM, but there's a few places you can go. You can go there and go BLM camping. Are you using a mail forwarding service? No, I'm not. I have a P.O. box with the post office in Florence, Oregon, and they basically, as long as I keep my payments current on the mailbox, they basically just hold the mail. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to tell them to stop it or anything. And then when I go back there, they basically just they'll get my mail, and that's it. So it works out good, but it kind of sucks if I have to get something important. Well, I'm not simply going to get anything important unless I have somebody go and check my mail or whatever, get my mail, which they probably can't do because they have to prove, that it was me. But it's working out pretty good. I pretty much try to do everything, pay my bills and stuff online. I don't have any bills, so the bills I do have, they're just, I pay them all online and stuff. So through the bank. But yeah, I have thought about getting a mail forwarding service, and if I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that in Oregon. I thought about becoming a Nevada resident, and in Nevada you can get a mail forwarding service and send you mail places, but it's not kind of looking like it's going to happen. I don't think I'm ready at this time to do that. So I don't remember. Have you been to the Arch Yard before? Yes, I've been to the Arch Yard. I was there in 2016 when it was small. It was a lot smaller. Not as many people. And this was kind of like before, the YouTube craze kind of like took over the mainstream. Now YouTube is like, RVing and YouTube is what I would consider mainstream now. So this was kind of before then. It was kind of like still in the younger days, and now everybody's all trying to become YouTube famous, So YouTube celebrities, right? I'm sure I'm going to piss some people off by what I just said, but that's too damn bad. Let's see. Do you want to keep doing the snowbird thing long term? I like it's I guess to answer that question, you know, I kind of see myself eventually buying my own land somewhere. Either my own land or whatever, a structure on it or a shop or something. I really see myself eventually doing that, and then, you know, taking camping trips from there wherever I want to go. I think eventually that's really where I kind of see myself. I mean, but I don't know, things could change. But yeah, I mean, it's way better being down here than it would be being in Oregon with just the rain, the condensation. You know, living in an RV in a damp climate in the winter. I've done it before, and I know it kind of sucked. You know, I mean, there's certainly ways, there's things that you have to do to mediate that, such as you know, getting dehumidifiers, and you know, you got to vent things, and you know, there's certain things that you need to do. But being in a dry climate like this, I mean, I don't have to deal with pipes freezing. So, and I'm getting like, I'm answering your question like way off, I know, but I'm rambling on. But yeah, I mean, snowbirding is great. It's great being snowbird. I'm just kind of find myself right now in a little bit of a period of transition. So I'm trying to get some new things going, you know, as far as like my career goes right now. And I'm looking, you know, I'm looking at doing driving, going trucking. And so I'm in a little bit of a period of transition right now. So, you know, my priorities are changing a little bit, but yeah, it can get a little bit boring down here, you know, just being out here in the desert, you know. But you know, you definitely got to get activities going and so forth for yourself. I mean, I wish I had a dirt bike or something down here I could ride around, or even if I had my mountain bike, you know, that would be really cool. Or an electric mountain bike. Those seem to be gaining a lot of popularity. But yeah, the snowbirding thing is cool. I mean, I've been doing it now. What is this, like my third or fourth year I've been snowbirding? And yeah, you know, it's cool. You know, I've seen like all the places down here, and I've been up and down the Colorado River, been to Yuma. You know, I've kind of like done everything. I've ran kind of the gamut of all the places. So it's not like it's like really as exciting as it used to be, like when I first came down here, you know. So, you know, it's like everything else. Everything kind of loses its like novelty, I guess. Is that the right word to use, you know? But yeah, it's definitely, it's beautiful being down here in the sunshine, and I loved it. I mean, today I'm sitting outside in a lawn chair, my t-shirt on, and like this was early kind of this morning, like around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and like it's 60 degrees out, you know, so hey, I'm pretty, that makes me happy. So, but yeah, do I see myself doing the snowbird thing? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, it's cool. You know, I don't know. It's like I said, I've done it the last few years, and I'm probably ready to kind of maybe ready to try and do some new things. You know, I think honestly, I think it would be kind of cool to try like wintering somewhere in a cold climate. You know, not in an RV, but maybe in a cabin or something like that. You know, in the winter months, maybe doing like, I don't know. I think there's some really cool winter things you could do. You could be really at some cool places in the winter. And so I don't know, I think that would be fun to try sometime. Do you want to keep doing the snowbird thing? Okay, answered that one. You going to the King of the Hammers race? I ask you every year. King of the Hammers, yeah, I got a buddy of mine that I think he's going to be up there watching the races. That's going on in Havasu, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that actually would be fun. I have never been to the King of the Hammers race, but I hear it's a lot of fun. And so, yeah, maybe that might be something that I do this year. Yeah, I don't have any plans, but yeah, I have heard friends talk about it. So, yeah, who knows? 40 years ago, we would double up at Diamond Lake, fill our deer tags, and catch limits of trout. Yeah, Diamond Lake. That's a pretty place in eastern Oregon. Are you still enjoying the Fiver, or are you missing the camper? No, I'm not. I'm not missing the camper. I'm the Fiver's great. You know, it's a really nice RV. It's a really good quality built RV. I'm very happy with like just, you know, the way it's built and everything, and you know, the tank capacities. It's just not tall enough. It's simply not tall enough for me. The shower isn't tall enough. And it's kind of like driving me crazy a little bit. So, but you know, it's like everything else. I have a little bit of compromise I have to make with all RVs, with most RVs. So, but yeah, it's definitely nice. I love towing it. I love hauling it, and I like, you know, just not having any payments on it and owning it, and not having my, you know, whole life savings tied up in it. It's great. Yeah, it's great on that regard. Are you okay? I think we're Estes Express Lines. Yeah, yeah. If you get enough, once you get your 1 year of experience in, then you can pretty much get any trucking job you want, and that's pretty much what I have to do. I have to get my year of experience in, and then once I have that, then I can choose and decide where I want to go after that. So, you think you'll shrink with old age, so hang in there. Old age, yeah. Tiny cabin with a fireplace for winter beats this Oregon winter with my 2 dehumidifiers. RVing here requires constant vigilance. Yes, yes it does. Yeah, I spent the first winter that I wintered in Oregon was in Florence for the winter, and yeah, it was it being in a tiny camper. It was in a truck camper at the time, and that being in a tiny space and dealing with the condensation, it was nearly impossible. It was really difficult. I pretty much had to sleep with the windows open and vent everything, and yeah, it's a real pain in the neck. And then the moisture, like, it finds its way into anything. So if you have an opening in your RV somewhere on the outside, I mean, the moisture will find its way in, and so yeah, it's a real challenge. But yep, and that's why people snowbird in their RVs. You know, they find the warmer climates in the winter, so they don't have to deal with all of the troubles of putting up with that kind of weather. Got to get going. Have a good one. Okay, thanks, man. Boondocking Life. You take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by and visiting and asking questions. But yeah, a tiny cabin. A tiny cabin would be fun. I would like to. It would be nice to have my own place with a small dwelling on it with a wood fireplace. Would be my preference. Definitely. Would you ever consider a schoolie? I really like what I saw with what Chris Travels did, or Off the Grid Schoolie. I really like what he did with his build. I was really impressed with it. I was as kind of a skeptic in the beginning when he was doing it and everything, and then as time went along and I started to see the kind of building materials that he was putting into it, and you know, he basically built a rig that he could have for the rest of his life, I think, if he maintains it properly. And so I was really impressed with the build that he did. And then Life is a Joy, Jim, I think is his name, that helped him build it, mentor him while building it and everything. You know, he has a really nice bus too. You know, the only challenge that I have with the school buses is that, you know, you might run into some problems. You know, where are you going to park it? You know, so if you, like I said, you know, a lot of people, and as I kind of, I'm starting to really see the value in having, I'm now beginning to see the value in having a 1,000 Trails membership. Those of you know what you guys know what I'm talking about, those of you that know about the membership, but it's a great value. And it's a way to live very, very cheaply as a full-timer. And a lot of these parks, they're very picky about, you know, some of them are picky about what type of rig. So a school bus may not pass, it may not qualify to stay at one of those parks. So, but I think the school bus is great. And then the school bus has some other drawbacks as far as, you know, fuel mileage. We could debate that. Handling, driving it. You know, I've heard a lot of people that don't like, after owning them, say they don't like the way they drive down the road, the way they handle on the road. I think a school bus is great if you don't plan on like driving it around a lot. You don't plan on moving it very much. I think that that's a great way to go. But I definitely was impressed, and I'm very impressed with, you can buy these school buses for pretty cheap prices, and you can get them in different lengths, and then I mean, they come in all kinds of different lengths. I mean, today I saw one out here that turned around, and it was not a long one, but kind of like a half a bus, not the short buses, but more longer than a short bus. And I thought that was pretty cool. People put wood stoves in them, and so yeah, I think they're great. It's just where do you plan? Where are you going to park it, and where are you going to park it? It's like these tiny homes. Everybody loves these tiny houses. Okay, the question is, where are you going to park it? Like, where are you going to park it? Because there's lots of rules and regulations, and yes, people are finding some loopholes how to get around those things. But I just find, when you got an RV, you can park it anywhere, and you're not going to get harassed by anybody. And but then again, it just depends on what kind of lifestyle you want to lead for yourself, and where do you plan on parking it. So that's my long answer to a very probably quick question. Are more cooking vids coming up? I don't know, man. I get kind of I mean, I guess, it's cool. I'm glad that you guys are asking about that, and you like them. I guess I could do more. Sometimes I guess I get kind of like, I don't know. It's like, do people really want to watch this? People really want to see me cooking? So then again, probably being my worst critic, right? Being my own worst enemy, being my own critic. I got to stop listening to this person. So anyways, could you install a skylight in the shower? Seems like manufacturers are, yeah. The one thing I don't like about installing a skylight, right now I have a 12-volt fan, an exhaust fan inside the shower right now. And if I was to put a skylight in, I would lose that exhaust fan. And that fan really helps with exhausting out the steam when you take a shower. So I would lose that, and I don't like that. I don't like that idea. But that is a good idea. I have thought about it. But I would have to turn on the other fan, which is above the bed, the fantastic fan, to exhaust out some of the steam, which that would work. That would work too. Do you watch Jax Austin? Yeah, I've seen Jax in his bus. Seems like he likes to change buses. He had a cool bus, and he got rid of it. Then he got this other one, but I don't know what he's doing exactly right now. He's building a second schoolie currently. I hear you about parking a bus. That's the reason I'm not interested in one. Yeah, I mean, you got to reality check everything that you want to do. You got to really thoroughly do the research. And while some of these things, they sound cool and they are cool, okay, just where are you going to park it? And like, you got to really think it through. And a lot of these people that build the buses, like, they've got private property or friends or something they park them on the summer months, and in the winter months they come down here to BLM. I mean, well, they can park them anywhere down here if they're coming down to the desert. The desert doesn't show any judgment to anybody. It doesn't matter what you have, so you can park them anywhere down here. But in the summer months, yeah, you just got to have a plan. So of what you're going to do, where are you going to park it? I mean, what I'd like to do is buy an RV park, and then basically, my RV park rules are, like, I don't have rules. You can, if you got something that's 30 years old, you can park it in my RV park. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to own my own RV park and just start my own rules, and that's the problem. There's all these rules about, and some of these rules are there for reasons, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. Parking is wide-sided on a truck camper. Okay, yeah, truck camper, you can park it anywhere, just like a van. Hey, why not? Laughing out loud. Let's see. Lots of peeps doing it. Lots of peeps doing what? What are they doing, Dave? What are they doing, Dave? Lots of peeps doing it. Jack Austin's friends are building his schoolie. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Custom Coach Works in Colorado. That's a pretty cool operation that those guys have. I thought it was really cool what they did. You know, they kind of like, they took an idea and they, obviously I don't think there was a lot of other people doing it. And I thought that was a really cool thing that they did. That company that started, you know, it seems like they're all trying to build custom. It's all custom. It's all custom built stuff. You know, they're not like turning out it's not a factory or anything. You know, it's all custom builds but yeah, I do watch those guys and I watch some of their channels. Lately I've been watching a lot of Transcend Existence, and he's been driving around and helping other people with some of their builds, and it's really cool. You know, some of the stuff that like these guys are doing, and yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense because of what you can buy these buses for, what you can purchase them for, and so yeah, it's just it just depends on you know, yeah, where are you gonna park it? So, and you know, the gas mileage on these things, these rigs do not get great gas mileage. So, I mean, I think it would be, you know, getting 10 miles to the gallon would be pretty hard with one of those buses. So, you know, if you plan on driving it around a lot, you're not going to like what it's going to cost you in fuel. What's going on? We got Wayne in the house. What's up, Wayne? The summer in an RV is way too hot. Yeah, summer in an RV is way too hot. You got a snowbird. That's my dream too. Owning an RV park also accommodates tiny houses. Yeah, that would be cool, man, because I'm telling you, there is an obvious need in America for affordable housing. And, you know, if you could just buy a park that's zoned for recreational use and you just make up your own rules, right? Dude, like, you know, I think that would be really, really cool. And I wish that hopefully we're going to start to see more of that. You know, a lot of communities, we need spaces where people can just, you know, live affordably. And I mean, an RV park, I mean, is a great thing. I mean, but an RV park that wants to accommodate where the park is looking at you, not so much your rig, you know, like, but yeah, RV parks are cool. You could form communities, you know, I don't know. You could have a school bus RV park, maybe, I don't know, you know, but anyways, yeah, it's just kind of like, I haven't seen like a lot of that stuff happening yet, and it's just like I'm getting kind of tired of it. I'm getting to the point where I'm just about ready to just go find my own investment capital. I'm just going to buy my own RV park, and I'm going to like solve some of these problems that we're having, you know. So, thanks for the years of good videos about truck camping. It sure helped me. Right on, dude. That's cool, man. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that it helped you with whatever it did. I'm glad, man. Thank you. We got Ariana. Have a good night, peaceful night, Dalton, and an excellent weekend. Thank you. You too. And I hope you're doing well up there in Oregon. Stay warm and dry. And we have owning an RV park accommodates tiny houses. Yes. Okay. Whoop. I need to go down. Read further down. Read further down. Hey, will you ever go back to a smaller camper? I don't know. I mean, when you're living in these rigs full time, you know, the smaller rigs are okay, but yeah, possibly. I might possibly. I think if I was to go back to a smaller truck camper, it would be I would tow an enclosed trailer behind the truck camper, and that would be my garage or what have you. So, and then have the truck camper. So, you know, possibly, but I'm kind of looking. I've been looking at these work and play converted cargo trailers, and they have tall ceilings in them, and so I've been looking at some of those lately. And Canada, Marco, what's going on? Hello from Canada. I thought you were at the party. Well, I was up at the party. I went up there of hours, and it was pretty dead. There wasn't a lot going on up there. It was up tech, and was up there, and I got a sticker from Stan Sasnak. Yeah. So met a couple of those guys, walked around a little bit, but yeah, it was kind of dead, and we just decided to leave and go back. But I'm sure it's probably they're probably partying, and they probably have the beer bongs out right now as I speak. So what else we got here? If you get serious about buying an RV park, I'm seriously interested. Okay, right on, dude. Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's some wicked cool things that you could do, and yeah, there's some cool things that you could do, but it just depends on what angle you're kind of looking at it from. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, because people today are really interested in like mobile living, and there just seems to be a huge demand for just RV parks and affordable housing. And the problems are that a lot of the the building codes, or whoever, the people, they don't want to build more RV parks. I don't know. There's always control, right, from the establishment. They've got the rules about everything, but I'm not going to go into that. But you guys know what I'm talking about. But if we need more affordable housing, and I just think that parks are great. So as far as solving some of those problems, not all of them. Okay, I think a reasonable Class C with a Jeep in tow would be the Cat's Meow. Yeah, Class C's, I don't know. I don't like Class C's because of the cab in the Class C's. It's kind of cramped, Okay, a Super Class C. Now we're talking. A Super Class C. I would be all over Super Class C, man. Those things are awesome. Just not in the budget right now, but yeah, those Super Class C's are really cool, and for tall people, they're great. I've toured a few of those, and I was like, "This is it, done, sold." You can get a nice, like Cummins engine with Allison transmission and big, large cabs, and yeah, those are really nice. Sasnak, you saw Hobotech Tom. Yeah, I saw Tom. Yep, saw Tom. Tom was actually doing a live stream when I was up there. So I was originally going to do a live stream when I was up there, but I was like, there wasn't much going on. And, I wasn't up there to I didn't want to, draw attention away from Tom, what Tom's doing. So he's a Hobotech, man. He's running the RTR up there right now. Huh? Yeah, the party-R in the 2018 section. What are your thoughts on this 2,000 Trails Pass thing that Nomadic Fanatic and others are into versus boondocking? I don't know what. Well, 1,000 Trails, I've learned a lot more about the 1,000 Trails membership on this trip through talking to people who have one. And I'm at the point right now where I'm really, really sold on it, because just from a cost standpoint and the flexibility, and I mean, you can live pretty darn cheap with the 1,000 Trails membership, and it's like I see a lot of things going on. I mean, guys, this whole free camping thing, I mean, just for one example. I'm kind of getting off a little bit of topic, but I'm going to come back to the 1,000 Trails membership. But okay, sorry about that. We had a little bit of an interruption. The app shut down. I think we're back here. Give me a thumbs up if we're back. So anyways, yeah, this whole the whole 1,000 Trails membership. What I was saying before is I think I'm back here now. Yeah. Okay, thumbs up. Right on. in Florence, Oregon, where I have been living, the city in November passed an ordinance against sleeping in any vehicles inside the city limits. Okay, they passed an ordinance against it. Basically, it's illegal to sleep in your vehicle. So all boondocking or free parking, free overnight parking in the city of Florence, it's banned. Okay, and I'm noticing a trend with a lot of places now. You know, they're really starting to clamp down on a lot of this free camping. Okay, so you know, it's getting to the point where a lot of stuff is just closing down. A lot of casinos are redoing their policies. Right on. They're redoing their policies with the free camping. A lot of casinos now are starting to charge to park at their casinos. There's a lot of things that are changing. And so this Thousand Trails membership is beginning to look a lot more, you know, appealing, because I have a place to live. Okay, I have a place to live. It's very affordable, very affordable. You buy the membership and then you pay the annual fee. And if you do the math for what it's going to cost you for a year, you pretty much have to use the membership for 1 month for it to pay for itself for the entire year. So it makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's some memberships where you can be in for 21 days and then you can go park to park. Okay, so you could stay at one park for 21 days, and you could immediately go to another park and stay for another 21 days. There are those kind of passes. You guys, you can't live that cheap anywhere else, okay? And you also, your electricity is included. You don't have to, you're not billed separately for electricity. And there's a bunch of other perks with it. But the Thousand Trails is definitely a good way to go. And I just think that, you know, this RVing, this full-time RVing lifestyle, I don't know, I think it's really hard to do it without that, because it's extremely expensive. I mean, staying at RV parks is expensive. I mean, that park that I was staying up in Florence, I mean, I was spending $500 there a month to stay in that park. That's what the annual membership fees or dues cost to stay at 1,000 Trails for 1 year. Okay, so it's really a no-brainer if being a full-timer is what you're gonna do. Or, you know, the other option, guys, is going and buying a lot somewhere, or some acreage or some property somewhere. I'm just going to throw one area out. It seems like it's a good area. Is Arkansas. I am understanding you can buy land in Arkansas without a lot of restrictions, and you could live in your RV on your land there. But, you know, that's another option for not too much money. But you got to always check the zoning codes and the building codes if you're thinking of planning on doing that. But yeah, the Thousand Trails membership is I think it's a great membership, and I think that it's hard to do this lifestyle without it, to be honest with you. Or, I mean, unless you've got a lot of money to spend with camping fees and spending it in RV parks, or, you know, but a lot of this free camping it's coming to an end. A lot of it is in some more of the popular areas, you know, and the casinos. So the other option that you can do, which I thought more about this year, is there are LTVA, long-term visitor area, summer areas in California along the 395. And you've got like water, sewer, you have a water and a dump station along those areas. But so there are summer LTVA areas you can go, and then the winter you could LTVA here on BLM. So, but a lot of people do that. Thousand Trails will start clamping down as more full-timers use it. Yeah, the parks could start becoming more full, and there's probably going to be, you know, some more changes. And I don't know, I mean, I'm hoping that as RVing continues to be a popular trend that seems to be going this way, RVing, they're going to build more parks, and they're going to build more RV parks, you know, to accommodate that growth and that demand. hopefully that's what's going to happen. Age restrictions at trails and trails. Not that I've heard. I think it's more Encore parks. Encore parks, I have heard, have some age restrictions. So like 55 and older is what I heard. But you can buy the 1,000 Trails membership, and then you can do the trails. There's an add-on special membership or pass. The trails is something, I forget what it is. That enables you to be able to stay at the Encore parks. So, yeah, it's a pretty good thing. I've got people that have it, and it just, you know, it's a no-brainer if you're doing this. It's an absolute no-brainer. There's no way you could live that cheap. You know, it's cheap. Age of RV. I have been told that at 1,000 Trails there is no restriction on the age of your RV. That's what my friends are telling me. So, which is like really, really cool thing. I mean, that would shut it down for everybody if your rig had to be 10 years old and newer. I mean, most people, but yeah, things could change. They can change the rules at any time they want. We got 15 people watching, huh? I've almost been at this for 2 hours, man. Wow. Do you watch Nomadic Fanatic? Do I watch Nomadic Fanatic? I check in every once in a while and see what he's doing. You know, he's kind of like a personality TV show or whatever. You know, he kind of does his thing. But I check in every once in a while, just kind of see like what he's doing or whatever. But I usually can't watch a lot of what he puts out there, but just because that's just not my thing. What solar charge controller do you use right now? It's a Blue Sky, a PWM, a Blue Sky 30 amp charger. Yeah, it's pretty much a basic charger, 30 amp charger, and it works great for my setup. And I could continue to build larger. I could build bigger with it. So yeah, it's a great little charger, and they're only like $150. So I've had other chargers on the truck in the Northern Light truck camper. I had a Bogart Engineering control charger, and I like this Blue Sky better. It's a little simpler to understand. It tells you the volts, it tells you the amps coming in when it's charging. So yeah, I recommend the Blue Sky products. Blue Sky charge controllers. He just asking because he did the 1,000 Trails thing recently. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, he's probably thinking the same things that I'm thinking about what's going on, and just there's a lot of clamping down going on right now with the free camping because people have abused the privileges, and they're abusing the privileges that have been there, and it's just shutting it all down. So people are gonna, they're looking for other ways to live. So without owning property ownership, you should get an MPPT controller. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be like a little bit more efficient, and it just depends on your system, really. I've got a basic system. I've got two 6-volt batteries. I've got a pretty basic system, so it works fine for me. And it was what was in the fifth wheel when I bought it, so. Yep, you two are on the same page. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yep, that's good. Yeah, it's just things are changing. Things are changing. And it's kind of like, I mean, if you got a cargo van a contractor cargo van, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine anywhere, you know. So that's obviously the other option to go, is to go that route. YouTube unfortunately shines light on all the free stuff, so these cities and locations start locking down free camping as more pile into it. Yep. That's one of the problems, one of the bad things about talking about all these places on YouTube and everything. It draws a lot of attention to that, and you know, it doesn't. I don't think it's good. It's not good publicity. So, because when anybody mentions the word free, and I'm just going to be the first, I have done videos, you know, showing free places to do this, but everywhere that I showed free camping, that was, I wasn't breaking any laws. And that was, they were all legitimate places where I boondocked. I wasn't, you know, breaking any rules or laws. But anytime anybody mentions the word free, you know, everybody's ears just perk up like this. What? Free? Free what? You know? And camping isn't any different. But there's still lots of places to go free camping. It's just in your cities, larger areas, your more popular, desirable areas, they're shutting it down, you know? So they're putting the clamp down. They want, you know, they want you paying to sleep. Any problems? People getting into BLM with the government shutdown? No, I was just over there today. I was over in the LTVA area. A lot of people were nope, no problems at all. Nope, no problems at all. Everything's functioning just fine without the government. Wow, surprise. Stealth is the route to go down here. Yeah, stealth is always a good route to go if you you like pooping in a bucket. That's here. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Okay. Yes, less government is better. Yes, less government is better. Power to the people. Power to the people. Yep. The government does not know better than the people. The people always know better than the government. Always. Anything that the government touches, they screw it up. Big time. Okay. Rant over. But the people always know what's best for the people. Okay, done. And no, I'm not anti-government. I don't like lawlessness and no order. That's not good. No. I mean, for the greater good, that's not a good thing. Having lawlessness and no order in society, you know. But by and large, the people get along just fine without the government. Actually, they want you connected to the grid as much as they want your money. Well, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they want you tied down to the grid. And yeah, absolutely. They want, absolutely. That's the whole scheme. So, and you know, we see it all the time. We see people that try to come up with clever ways of, you know, people, I don't know, going off the grid, and oh man, I mean, they are shut down immediately, man. The powers that be come out of the woodwork, and they come up with all kinds of things to shut people down, you know. And it just amazes me the control that they want to have over that part of society, because, you know, they know that they start letting people do certain things, man, you know, their empire is going to become, when the people become less dependent on their empire, you know, like then they're screwed, you know, because they know it's going to, you know, they don't want you being, you know, all that. They don't want you being self-reliant or whatever, because it's going to screw up their plans and their schemes. So, you know, anyways, I mean, I just think it's asinine that I just think that certain places, and this is the part that always gets me, is that there's not an abundance of areas in the country where you can just go and live off the grid. There's not an abundance of areas, you know. They have got it locked down, and that's just the way it is, you know. So you have to be clever about how you do things. And you got to kind of almost, you basically have to hide. That's what you have to do. You have to hide from everybody, and you got to go underground. And, you know, I'm drawing attention to myself right now by making this live YouTube video talking about it. So, and it's not good. It's not good publicity. I should just go into hiding. They're like, yeah, they are. Yep, watching you, come get you. They are. All cities and municipalities are broke. Of course they want your money. Yeah, you know, and some places in the country, Iowa, for example, there are some small towns in Iowa, and they're encouraging people to move out there, and there's some affordable housing in places like Iowa. You can buy a house for like $5,000, $10,000, and you can move there. And I've been watching a guy on YouTube that did it. And I was fascinated for a little bit, because, like, you know, he basically bought a house for cheap, and then he's it's kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, but I think he makes his money online or something. He's got a business online or something he does, work from home or something. But yeah, there are places where they're encouraging you to move there, and where the government's in, they're encouraging you to be there, right? You know, they're not trying to like push you away or, you know, on all that. So, you know, there are some communities that okay, I think we're back on. Yeah, just internet connection went out. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, there are some places that you can buy cheap, but a lot of those places aren't going to probably be the most desirable places to live year round. Wow, almost 2 hours. 2 hours in a live stream, man. It just goes by really fast. Hogging your bandwidth. RTR hogging your bandwidth, yeah. I'm camped a little bit of ways away from RTR, so I'm actually up near, I'm kind of close to the signal on the mountain, the internet signal, the towers. So, and I'm using my Wii booster with my AT&T Mobility. So, I don't know. It seems to be working pretty good so far. I don't think I'm competing with Hobotech right now, am I? He's got the cool campfire going on. I don't have the cool campfire. You can't hide. It's getting harder to hide. I think you can hide. It's just, it's getting harder. I mean, why do you want to hide? I mean, it's like, I mean, I think the whole notion is silly to hide. Because yeah, you really can't hide. I mean, you know, but I mean, a lot of people want to kind of like try to live this hermit lifestyle or whatever, you know, and it's like, I mean, I think it's all kind of silly, you know, but on that front. But if you're like trying to live off the grid and stuff, I mean, you know, or whatever, live in your RV on your own land, you might have to kind of hide. You might have to try to buy property that cars driving by, they can't see your RV. They can't see your little tiny home or whatever. You know, you might have to try to like buy land like that. Okay. But with drones, they're flying over, and the tax assessors are flying over your land. They're looking at properties, you know, they're looking for reasons to steal more money from you, right? So who knows? Who knew this discussion would get really would get critical here? Somewhere in the Northeast, they are doing that, but you have to work from home. Yeah. Yep. 2 hours. Made it 2 hours. Man, that's incredible. I must have the gift of gab. Or be such a fool to be talking this long. Maybe it's that. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Preach, brother. I'm not a preacher, man. Not a preacher. No. I just like to say call it like it is from my point of view. Talk as long as you want. Well, the night is young. The night is young. And I've got still, I'm doing this live stream on my tablet, and I've got over 50% of battery power left, so I'm not even plugged in. I don't have it plugged into anything. But I don't like just sitting here being a talking head in front of you guys, unless you guys got questions or whatever. No, we're not going to talk about religion. No, we're not going to do religion, and we're not going to do politics. Going to stay out of those. You want to know why? Because I don't want division. I don't like division, you know, like, and that's what I see going on in our country right now is just, it's nothing but division, you know, and we need to just, you know, we need to allow everybody to speak their minds, but, you know, we just got to stop this division with everybody. It's terrible. I don't remember if you already said or not, but do you plan to go back to Florence? I don't know if I'm going to be going back to Florence at this time. I might spend some time in Florence, but I don't know. Okay, you guys are back. It just buffered or whatever it did. I'll probably be storing my rig somewhere while I'm doing that, but I'm probably not going to be. I'll probably be in the Florence area and around there, but I don't think I'm going to be going back to doing what I was doing previously. I have thought about moving. I've thought about relocating to Nevada. I've thought about relocating to Texas, but I just don't think I want to be away from my family that far, and yeah, it just at this time. So, but yeah, I'll probably be in that area, or I'll be in the valley, in the Willamette Valley somewhere, maybe between Salem and Eugene. No politics or no religion is my policy. Yeah, I agree. Stay away out of it. Stay out of it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it matters to you. It doesn't matter to me. Anyways, that's it. No more on that. So what's going on up at RTR right now? Who's watching the live streams up there? Yeah. So I got 20 people watching right now. Man, there's more people watching. More people watching than when I first started. This is I'm in the part of the marathon right now. What else? What other questions do you guys have? Now everybody's leaving. Now that I said that, everybody's leaving. Well, 2 hours. That's a long run. The truck is good. The truck is good. No complaints, no problems. It's running really good. Yeah, no issues with the truck. The holy grail of Dodges. The holy grail of Dodges. Runs like a champ. Yep, runs like a champ. No issues at all. Yep, if you want a good truck, buy the Holy Grail. Buy the 97. Buy the 97 Dodge. 96, the 96 Dodge. Or buy any year truck and swap in the 12 valve diesel engine. That's what a lot of people are doing now. Any pets in your future? Nah, probably not. Me, if I had my own place, if I had my own land somewhere, my own house or whatever, maybe. But no, not doing this lifestyle. I mean, not living in RVs, and it's just not for me. I love dogs. I mean, I love pets and everything, but it's just kind of more or less, it's just not something that I need. I mean, but. And a lot of people want to argue with me on that one. They want to say, "Oh, come on, man. Of course you need a dog. You need this." Yeah, I just don't need it, you know. But I do like dogs and that kind of a thing. It's just, you know, they require a lot of love and attention and you know, and so forth. What am I reading these days? This is the book I've been reading lately. It's a real world great book. Personal development book. It's a great book. Case studies on how it's about anything and everything. That's the latest book that I've been reading right now. I like pets better than people, laughing out loud. Yeah, pets can be a lot better than people, Mike. Mike, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Good to see you on here. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, pets people can be a pain in the ass. Some people. How is your fuel economy empty versus pulling the fifth wheel? The truck gets about 18 to 22 miles to the gallon empty, and I seem to be getting around 12 miles to the gallon towing the fifth wheel. And that's going to depend on the conditions, the wind conditions, and so forth. But around 12 miles to the gallon. I could probably do a little bit better than that if I was to keep the speed down. I tend to drive around, 60, 65 miles an hour when I tow. Buffering, what is that book title? It's you guys probably aren't going to be able to. It's authored by Steve Siebold, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. By Steve Siebold. It's World Class Secrets, the thought processes, habits, and philosophies of the great ones. So, if you want to know how champions think and how they win in life, this is not a theory book. Just so you know, those of you that might be interested in this isn't a theory book. This is like a case study type book of probably over 20 years of in-depth research on how the world class thinks about achievement. Talks about all kinds of you're welcome. It's a great book. Was referred that book by a guy by the name of Ed Milet. He's a real popular influencer right now on Instagram. But he said that was one of the best books that he read, as far as that really separated it from a lot of other books that he read. But it's a good book. It gives you action steps to work on when you read each. They're really short chapters to read. But I got a bunch of other books. I got a whole bunch of books that I read. So I got a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other books. You can never read. You always got to be reading something. You got to be reading, and you always got to be reading something. Really important. I know your 4Runner was a family vehicle, but how did you find your current truck? Never heard the story. Well, I have owned a lot of trucks in my life. Before I had the Dodge, I owned a 2003 Ford F-250 two-wheel drive long bed pickup truck with the V10 in it. It was a 2003, was it? Yeah, it was a 2003. And after owning that with the V10, I eventually ended up deciding that I wanted a diesel. And so this is the very first diesel truck that I've ever owned. And so I had done a lot of research into. At the time I bought this truck, I wanted a diesel engine that was really a proven diesel engine that had been proven, had a long track record of great, reliable, proven engine performance over a long period of time. And so therefore that led me to the 12-valve engine. And then through doing a little bit more research, it seemed that the 96 and the 97 model years were the better years to own if you could own one. They had increased the horsepower and torque ratings a little higher in those years than the earlier years. And so I had been looking for trucks on Craigslist, and I had one day I had found an ad on Craigslist. It had no pictures on this ad. And those, by the way, typically are some of the best things to buy that don't have any pictures. And so it just said, it had like one sentence, good shape, low. I don't even think it said it had low miles. The truck only had 100,000 miles on it when I bought it. And so I ended up calling the guy up, and the truck really had been parked. It wasn't being driven. And so I went down and took a look at it. It was a one-owner truck. He bought the truck from Dave Smith Autos back in 1997. I think he paid like $32,000 for it. It had all of the options on it that you could pretty much get for that year. It didn't have the leather interior, which I didn't want. The truck had the interior in the truck was pristine condition. They were, older people, very, very clean people, no pets or anything inside the vehicles or whatever. No smoking or anything. And he had taken good care of it. He had taken it to the dealer and had the engine serviced and everything. The one thing I didn't do, though, that I should have done is I should have had the automatic transmission inspected. I should have had the oil pan drained and inspected, which I didn't do when I bought it. And I later found out when I took the truck, after I bought the truck, I took it in for service at a Dodge dealer, and the technician came out and said that we found some metal in the pan. Well, the overdrive had basically gone out. So I ended up having the transmission rebuilt by a specialist, a guy that specializes in rebuilding transmissions. And so I had to do that after I bought it. And that's really the only thing that I've had to do to the truck other than maintenance, just all of the maintenance things that you have to do on a vehicle, brakes and everything. I haven't had to do anything else. The truck has been, it's been extremely reliable. I've owned it since 2011 is when I bought it. But I bought it from the original owner. I've always believed that if you're buying something used like a vehicle, you know, really try to buy it from the original owners, because you get history on the vehicle, and then you also get to see who owned the vehicle previously, and you can tell a lot when you meet somebody about how they are and how they took care of things and how they serviced things. I owned a Honda Accord that I bought. I bought a 1987 Honda Accord, and I also bought that from the original owner. And that car was phenomenal. It was a great car. All I did was I put tires on it. I put brakes on it. It had how many miles did it have on it when I bought it? I think it might have had like 130,000 miles on it when I bought it, but I ran that car forever. I had to put a timing belt on it. You know, it was a 1987 Honda Accord, and I bought it from the original owner. I never had any problems with that car. So, RV Bandwagon, what's happening, brother? So, yeah, I always try to buy from, I like to buy from the original owner if I can. If I'm buying a used vehicle, and then I've just always had good luck doing that. So that was a long answer to probably a quick question. Never heard the story. So yeah, that was pretty much the story. I bought it from a retired math teacher, and they had used the truck previously to tow a fifth wheel around the country. He went up, used it, towed it, went over the Rockies, and so he towed it around, and that's all that he used it for. I don't think he really used it for anything else. So, yeah, but it's been a solid truck. It's been really, really, really good to me. So, looking forward to seeing you make things happen this year. Right on, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, me too, dude. I've got big plans for this year. I'm really excited, and just excited to just make the changes that I want to make, and just stop screwing around and just not get distracted. Focus. And I'm not sure what that's going to mean for my channel here, or there might be a few changes, but I'll keep you guys up to date. I've thought about starting a new channel. Maybe that might be something I might do, to kind of I don't know, maybe help with some change, make some changes, change your identity a little bit, right? So it's all good, man. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. Looking forward. Okay. Forget diamonds. Diesels last forever. Yeah, they sure do. The Fords are proven. Yes, the Fords are proven too. Proven that they're, they're proven that they're crap. Yeah, I mean, I've got a buddy of mine who's got, same year my truck, he's got a 97 with the 7.3 diesel in it. And, he's had to put injectors and he's had to do a few things to it, but he's a Ford guy. I'm really not a Ford guy myself. Not that it matters, but I've always been I've been a Toyota guy. I like Dodges. This is the second Dodge truck I owned. I owned a 98, back when I was young in my 20s, and I bought a brand new 1998 Dodge Ram 2500 short bed 4x4 truck with the 360 gas engine in it. And I probably should have, at the time I wasn't really smart enough to, probably should have bought a diesel truck and thought like long term, and that's what I did when I bought the truck I have now. I thought long term. I bought the dually, something that I wouldn't be limited with payload capacity, and so forth. So, yeah, it's definitely good. So, but you got to own a few rigs sometimes to decide what you really need, right? So, that's the way it goes. But the Fords, I'm not really the other thing I don't like about the Fords, well, if we're talking like the vintage era that I'm talking about, the late 90s, the OBS, old body style Fords, they have those like dual gas tanks in them, which I really don't like. A friend of mine, my good friend that used to live with me, at the RV park, he had same year truck as mine, basically twin truck to mine, except it was a Ford. 1997, two-wheel drive, 7.3, you know. And his had the dual gas tanks in it and stuff. And I don't like that about those Fords. The Dodges are all single gas tanks. Mine's got a 36-gallon gas tank on it. And so that's just kind of one thing I didn't like. But yeah, I've just never really been a Ford guy. I owned what Fords have I owned? I owned a 79 back when I was young, my young days. I owned I had a 79. I wish I had pictures here I could show you guys. I had a lot of vehicles. Maybe I'll do that on a live stream. I'll pull out my pictures and show you some of the cars and trucks that I've owned over the years, and maybe dirt bikes, quads, that kind of stuff. I owned a 79 Ford Bronco. It had the 400 in it with the C6 auto tranny. It had a 4-inch suspension lift on it. 36 1250 Super Swampers on it, and I had that for a while. Not a long time. And then I had that Super Duty, that 03 Super Duty F-250 truck I had. And those are the only Fords that I've owned. So RV bandwagon, what's going on, man? How's the bus build going? The Silver Eagle. Yeah, the Silver Eagle going. We got, are you still, let's see here, a 79, not a 76, a 79, full size Ford Bronco, with the square headlights, with the removable top, with the 400 small block, with the C6 auto tranny. And yeah, that truck was a beast. That truck was a beast. Never really liked the engine. I put a Wind intake on it and a 4-barrel Holley carburetor on it. And yeah, it was fun. Still planning to drive semi-trucks? Yes, I'm still planning on driving semi-trucks. The last years of the 7.3 were the best power strokes, 99. Yes, they were. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they were. I prefer them to the OBS, the old body styles. But, you know, the old body styles are cool. The look of the trucks are cool. I like the 97s, the last year. I think those trucks are pretty stout. They're pretty cool. My buddy's got a single cab, a 97 single cab, F350 4x4 Ford. He's had it for years. He's had it for, God, I don't know, probably since like year 2000, I think. My buddy Mitch, he doesn't sell anything. He, as a matter of fact, he still has the same. He has a 76 Ford Highboy, a Highboy truck that he had when we were in high school. He still has it. He never sells anything. It's crazy. That's another story for another time. And I don't think he's watching this live stream right now. You need a lava lamp in the background. A lava lamp. A lava lamp. A lava lamp. Well, there's 16 people watching now. 17. We're going for broke. We're going for broke on this live stream, I can tell. Start talking about trucks. Trucks and trucks. Yep. Trucks. It was Adventure Van Man. What's happening, brother? What's going on, dude? Dude, it was good seeing you. You totally shocked me when I saw you. I totally didn't recognize you, man. I was like, wow. I was actually really surprised to see you. I was surprised. I mean, it was great to see you, man. And you're always an inspiration. You continue to be an inspiration for me. And it's like I always said, you know, when I first met you, you were already you were miles ahead of where I was, man. And so anyways, you know, Really made a lot of progress, man. So, anyways, yeah, you're always an inspiration, and it was really great to see you again. So I wish you all the best in the new year here. Mitch is sentimental. Yes, he's very, very, very sentimental. Yeah, very, very sentimental. Yep. I had that same truck, a 97 F350 Power Stroke, regular cab. Sold it with 355,000 miles with original injectors. Okay, yeah, those were really solid trucks here. Oh, Adventure Van Man, dude, if you're still on, I wanted to let you know I met Bill and Darla. I met Bill and Darla on this trip. The folks that you go work camping with. So I met up with them. Actually, one of my some friends that I met out here RVing were friends with them, Bill and Darla, and they introduced me to them. And so we went out and had breakfast anyways. You know, I told them I knew you and everything. So I just thought I would throw that out there. But yeah, they're really, really, really great people. So let's see here. Oh, their YouTube channel is Economic Refugees. Go check them out. Economic Refugees. They have been work camping for or living on the road for over 10 years. A lot of experience. You can check out Adventure Van Man. He did an interview with them on his channel, and so you can go check it out. They're really good people. Yeah, really, really good people. And yeah, Bill's a super cool guy. Their dog Cage. I got to see their dog Cage. So he's this cute little thing, just running all over the place. He's a real handful. But yeah, super, 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 super cool people. Yeah, really, really cool people. So it's always good to have more of those people in our lives. So what do we got here? We got South Dakota. You ever want to come? We meet up buying burritos. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Brian, and we first met up at the RTR back in 2016. Really small little it was a smaller gathering, get together, and yeah, Brian had a couple beers. Brian made burritos, and it was great. It was great. We had a really good time. So kind of miss those days. I wish it was a little smaller, but that's cool. You know, things that get bigger as time goes on. Time moves on. Let's see, San Diego. Two hours and 22 minutes. Man, that's a long time. That's a long time. Probably should end it soon, but if you guys keep watching, we'll talk about some more things. Standing up here, getting some stretching in here. Tell us about your average day there at Quartzsite. Average day. Average day at Quartzsite. Oh, pretty much I've got like my morning routines, you know. I wake up, I I don't know if you guys want to know boring stuff, I guess. I don't know. You know, just get up, do what everybody else does. Get up, you know, brush my teeth, put my contacts in. I get up, I do stretching is usually one of the very first things that I do. I do stretching exercises. Usually drink a glass full of water, hydrate myself. Then I'll do stretching, I'll do sit-ups, I'll do push-ups. And, you know, I've got my morning routines that I do every day, stretching. I usually like to go for like a short walk or a hike like in the morning. I don't usually sometimes do that like every day, but I really like to do that. I usually feel really good afterwards, and that kind of primes my day, primes the morning, you know, think about, give gratitude, that sort of a thing. And then anyway, so come back, you know, usually get on the computer or get on my phone and start to check messages, check the stock market, see what's going on. Stock market's been starting to come back again, which that's good to see. But yeah, I've been really just been doing a lot of hiking. I don't have my mountain bike with me. I don't have it. You know, I basically just do like a lot of hiking. I do a lot of reading. Do some work on the internet. Haven't really been doing much stock trading, but just because the way that the markets have been, the volatility in the markets, there's just been a lot of volatility, and trying to figure out, waiting for things to get back steady again. But yeah, it's pretty much just doing that. I'll run into town every once in a while and just kind of look around at, you know, things in Quartzsite. There's not much to do here in Quartzsite. I mean, I wish I had a dirt bike. I could go out and do a lot of exploring, but that would be a lot of fun. But I wish I had my mountain bike here with me. I would do like a lot more riding, but yeah, just do, you know, a lot of whatever physical things. I have a kettlebell, a 25-pound kettlebell. I do a lot of kettlebell exercises with that. But yeah, I just try to get out and just stay active and stay fit. I do have a few kind of maintenance things that I'd like to do to the fifth wheel. Some painting to do, touch-up painting to do. And I got some touch-up painting to do, and so that's a couple projects that I'll probably film on when I do that. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on, really. It'd be cool to get a few more interviews in of some people out here that I meet. So I might try to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much just what's been going on. My days. When you and Mr. Minimalist locate an RV park for sale, I'm in too. Right on. Yeah. I think it would be would be cool to do that, to have your own RV park. You know, surprisingly, some of these places you can buy an RV park, they're pretty reasonable, but like just with the whole this movement of mobile living and just the way the trend is going, you know, like I think owning an RV park is a great real estate to own, you know. Now, I don't know how profitable it is, but I don't know exactly what, you know, you could structure things in a lot of ways. I mean, I guess you could do all kinds of things, but just owning the property, and once you own the property, I don't know how much control you have with like what you can do with it. I mean, you might be restricted to the uses of your RV park. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't understand all of that. But yeah, it just seems like there's a huge niche opportunity for like RV park, you know, RV parks or certain types of RV parks, and not your conventional RV parks, you know, but there just seems like there's just a lot of opportunity there, and with that. So, are you drinking vodka? No, I'm not drinking vodka, man. I'm drinking water. Yeah, just good old H2O. Good old H2O. Yep. I think I would be slurring my words right now if I was drinking vodka. The Silver Eagle did not fly. Put the cash on the table. He sat on it. I got another coach that is awesome complete. Oh, wow. Wow. Really? Wow, I'm surprised. Huh. Silver Eagle did not fly. Put the cash on the table. He sat on it. I got another coach, and that is what is now is complete. Interesting. Well, when are you going to reveal it? When are you going to reveal the coach? Oh, are you doing a Patreon? Is that what it is? It's on your Patreon. I got to become a patron to see it. Is that what it is? Giving you a hard time, man. Let's see here. Why didn't the mountain bike make the trip? Well, I just didn't really have a place to put it. It's not like a throw around mountain bike. It's a pretty expensive mountain bike. It's a Trek Rumblefish full suspension. And so it really kind of needs a home. And so I didn't really have a real good way to store it and everything. And so I ended up just leaving it home. But it would be nice to have it here because there's some great mountain biking to do. And just having something to ride into town would be, bicycle into town would be good too. I've seen them from $250 to $1 million in Northern California RV parks for sale. Yeah, yep, they can be a good thing. It's just I don't know. RV parks can be a little bit tricky, just with. I guess it just depends on how you're going to, what your business plan is going to be with your RV park and how it's going to be profitable. So, but I think that there's definitely demand. I think that there's definitely demand for it. If it's in the right location. But if it's in the right location, it's going to be expensive. So, and that's where, you got to be creative and figure out how you could market your property in a way that would attract what type of people you're kind of people you're trying to attract. Partners are good to have. Just owning it and having a permanent residence it's worth it. Partners are good to have. Just owning it and having a permanent residence is worth it. Yeah, that would be cool. It's just the management of these RV parks can be difficult. Like you and I've witnessed that living in RV parks. The management can be difficult. It can be management intensive. So. That's one of the drawbacks of a park. I have a lot of ideas on this subject. Yeah. Yep, it's good. It's definitely a good one. I really don't know myself. I haven't studied RV parks much, so I don't understand the business side of it and just sort of the whole. I don't understand the whole. I don't really understand that business, so I don't know much about it. I wouldn't be able to tell you much more than that. But I have lived in one for a few years, and I've understood just some of the problems with them, I guess. And I've witnessed some of the problems. Some of the people problems that can happen in RV parks. But yeah, it would be cool if you could build something that would attract certain people and they would be willing to pay a certain amount, or maybe it's, I don't know, you whatever you're building in, you're offering it would attract a certain type of community of people. But is it going to be profitable year round? You know, are you going to have vacancies? You could have vacancies at certain times of the year, but yeah, there's definitely lots of opportunity there. The Observer, what we need is an IPO for an RV park rent, or REIT, an REIT for an RV. Yeah. Like they do with commercial real estate. Yeah. Yeah, I think that there's huge demand. I mean, there's people that want to live small, want to live tiny, whether it be in an RV or a tiny home or a school bus. The demand is there, you know. Okay, so the question is, you know, where can I park it? So, absolutely, there's definitely demand, and people are willing to pay a premium for these places, I think. Appreciate you giving us your time, man. You're right. No problem, dude. It's good to talk to you guys. I haven't done one of these live streams in a while. It's kind of fun. It's fun to do. It's a little scary at first, a little uncomfortable, because I don't know. It's just like takes you a little while to kind of loosen up a little bit, but they're still like a lot of fun to do. So. I live in Winchester Bay, Oregon. Really? Hey, man, that's cool. I'm down there quite often in Winchester Bay. Yep, go down there all the time. I like it down there by the marina, the marina down there. So. Yeah, Winchester Bay is good. That's good. That's a good little area there. Douglas County. I like Reedsport too. Reedsport is a good little funky little town, but it's good. It's a good little town. Good little town. Can be a little bit depressing, but it's all right. It's still a good little town. I like it. Well, hello there. How are you? Nice to see you. Glad you could make it. So, yeah, Winchester Bay. Great little place. Great place. You still planning to drive a semi-truck? Yes, I'm still planning to drive a semi-truck. That is still the plan on the table. Still the plan on the table. As of right now. So I don't see it changing. So I'm actually looking forward to it, and I'm excited. So I'm good. You okay? You okay? Are you okay? So yeah, that's pretty much the plans with that. I've had my CDL for about 18 years. I've had it, my Class A. I've driven trucks on and off. I just haven't driven trucks in the last few years. So I pretty much have to, you know, I got to get some more experience before I can. I need to go back, drive, get some experience, like, you know, like a year's worth of experience, and then, you know, reevaluate like where I want to go, what I want to do, and so forth. So I've always driven like locally though, you know, not like, not over the road or long distances. So that's going to be something different. But, I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. So, definitely some new experiences to learn, some new skills to learn. But it's scary, you know. It's scary. It's like anything else. It's something you're going to do new and different. It's you know, it's gonna be a lot of things. So yes, yin and yang, yin and yang, yin and yang. 19 people watching. Man, they're still watching. So what else is on you guys? What else you got? What else is on your mind, guys? I'm gonna get a little bit. I'm gonna get some more drinking water here for just a second. What's going on up here at the RTR right now? Who's watching the RTR? What's Hobotech doing right now? Huh? Are they shooting the flamethrower off up there or what? What's going on? I know you guys are watching. I'll be up all night peeing. Yeah? Well, at least it's not caffeine, so if I was up drinking caffeine, I'll be up all night long. Are you an LTVA? No. No. I'm an outlaw. I am in outlaw rebel country right now. No permits. No, I'm not in the LTVA. But sometimes I wish I was, because then I would have as much water, and I could get as much water as I want. I could dump my tanks as much as I want if I was in LTVA. But no, I've got a really nice little spot where I'm at right now on the west side of Quartzsite. RV bandwagon. I will soon reveal it in an upcoming video. Okay, I just moved it. I just moved in today. Wow, 40-foot American Dream. Man, that's a nice rig. Sweet. I hope we can visit someone. Yeah, that would be great, dude. I'd like to see you again. So that's cool, man. 40-footer. Wow, is that a tag axle motorhome, or is that just a single rear axle? I recall you having a beer in the past. Do you still enjoy beer? Yeah, I do every now and then. I don't drink as much beer as I used to. I've really cut back on drinking, just because it's just I've just cut back. But every now and then I have. I don't have any beer in my refrigerator right now. Just you know, focusing on health and wellness, and just feeling good, you know. So, and but yeah, I do drink occasionally. Occasionally I will, but I just don't. I don't consume it. I don't consume it, you know, when I'm out here or whatever. I like a good micro beer every once in a while. Like a good micro brew every once in a while. But I'm not a beer snob or whatever. I would drink, you know, I would drink a whatever, Coors Light, whatever. It doesn't matter. Domestic beer, whatever. If it would be refreshing. Son of Dad, what's the plan for the rig if you go over the road? That's a good question. Well, I've had thoughts of selling it. I don't think I'm going to do that because I still need a place to live. But more than likely, it will be put into storage, into secured storage. And when I come off the road, then I'll use the fifth wheel. And that's where I've thought about getting 1,000 Trails membership. And that way I can, in my home time, I can take the trailer out of storage and then go visit a park and stay there for my home time. It's kind of what I've been thinking about doing. That would like work out really good. Other than I'm going to have to pay $50 a month to park the trailer in storage, but that's a lot cheaper than it's sitting in an RV park or paying a mortgage. So, but that would be the plan. But yeah, Nut Crusher beer, yeah, that would be Wild Ride Brew in Redmond, Oregon. Wild Ride Brew in Redmond, Oregon. Yeah, that's some good beer. They were selling it at Costco in the tall 20 ounces bottles. Wild Ride Brew out of Redmond, Oregon. Really good beer. Yes, we remember that. Are you friends with Hobotech? No, I'm not friends with Hobotech. I know him, but no, I'm not friends. You should visit his camp. Yeah, I was up there tonight, actually. I was up there tonight, and I saw him. I saw him. And I was up there earlier. I don't know what's going on up there now, but it was pretty dead when I was up there, and I was like, okay, I'm out. I'll just do a live stream here. But it was pretty quiet. Not a lot going on. It's pretty quiet. It's probably going up there, now, I'm sure. But yeah, I did. I was up there. It was cool, man. Stan blew the horns out of the truck. Let everybody know. Okay, the PAR-TR is on. So it's cool. Really good group of good group of people up there. So it looked like everybody was having a good time, and everybody was was all very peaceful. Something we don't see on the mainstream news, How much do truck drivers make? Well, that's kind of all over the board. Truck drivers' pay has gone up, at least by the mile pay, it has gone up. But I would say that as a company driver, you should expect to make anywhere between, you're starting out. I mean, I'm expecting to make at least $800 a week. Hopefully like $1,000 a week is what I'm expecting to make. But the more experience you get, the more your pay goes up, increases. But truck driver pay is increasing. It has increased, but $50,000. Yeah, I mean, you should, as a company driver, you should be making at least you should be making $50,000 your first year. I mean, if you're not, then you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. You suck at time management. You're not working hard enough. Your work ethic isn't good enough. Whatever. It's like, but the opportunity's there to make money. But yeah, I would say 50,000 is a good number to start out with. But I want to be making a lot more than that. I mean, ultimately, and you can once you get the right experience, and depends on what you want to do. I talked to a guy here I met in Quartzsite, and a retired truck driver, and he told me that ultimately, I mean, owning your own truck, this isn't new news, but owning your own truck, he said you want to own a pre-emissions truck, a 2004 or older, and do the fix on it yourself. And then get on with Landstar, and you can make a couple $100,000 a year doing that. But you got to budget your money, and you're going to have, if you own your own truck, you are going to have unexpected expenses come up. You're going to have to fix your truck is going to need to be fixed. So you got to have a budget for that. But yeah, being an owner operator and having your own authority, no force to dispatch, that's really probably, if you want to work out here over the road or whatever, that's probably, and you want to make good money and have some sanity and, take a shower when you want to take a shower and choose the loads you want to take, that's probably the way to go. There's going to be some sacrifices that need to be made, But if you like it out here, you like living on the road, and you like the lifestyle, then that's probably a good way to go. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I mean, it's all that. It's a lot of responsibility having your own truck, and you can make good money as a company driver. You're just going to need to find the right niche to make that, whether it be tanker driving, or hauling freight, UPS freight, working a local gig, LTL. I mean, that's where a lot of the money's in. It's in freight, moving, consumer freight, FedEx, UPS. That's where, as a company driver, you can make $100,000 a year doing that once you get some experience. And you can do team driving and make good money as a team driver, but you got to be partnered up with the right person if you're going to do team driving. How awesome is Stan's truck? Yeah, he's got a really nice truck. Yeah, and that's probably an understatement. That's a really sweet truck he's got. The sleeper, 18 speed. It's pretty. It's a condo on wheels. But he worked his ass off for a long time to be able to buy a truck like that. So, hats off to him. They're looking for, truck driving is a really good gig. I mean, they're looking for a lot of drivers, and if you like, I don't know, I mean, if you like being a nomad, you don't like having a home, or, I mean, you don't want to own your own house or whatever. You don't want to do a 9 to 5. You don't want to do a 9 to 5. You don't want to do a conventional life, whatever. I mean, you want to call it. It's a good way to go, I mean, but if you're married and you have kids, or you have family obligations, then it's probably not going to work. I'm not saying that it won't work or it can't work. I'm saying that it's going to make it a little more difficult. So there's the word sacrifice. There's sacrifices have to be made to be successful in anything you want in life. Anything you want, there's a price to pay. There are no shortcuts. Get on and pay the price in full up front. Yes, I'm sounding like, I don't know, one of my books I read, I guess. But it's true. I'm not BSing you here. I never mislead. I would never want to mislead anybody. That's right. I'm not your guru, though. Okay. If you have not already, I'm sure Stan will give you the lowdown on being an owner-operator. Yeah, I didn't ask him about that, but I watched a few of his videos and him talking about it. And, yeah, I mean, like what he does, he leases on to a company. Is my understanding what he does now. He uses his truck and he leases on to a company, and he probably picks his loads and chooses everything. He's got essentially his own authority, but he doesn't have to deal with all the negotiating and so forth that you would if you owned your own truck, company and stuff. You'd have to negotiate for your loads and stuff. So, he's found a good way that works well for him. And that's what you have to do in trucking. You have to figure out, what niche you want to do and what's going to ultimately work for you. How long do you want to be out on the road? Do you want to be home every night? Do you want to sleep in your own bed every night? Well, then you're going to, you're going to try to get the best local job you can. What type of trucking do you want to do? What do you like doing? That's the cool thing about trucking, is that you literally, you can figure out, you can do the thing that you want to do, and unlike most jobs and careers, you can't do that. I mean, you're going to be stuck doing something. You're going to be stuck at this location, you know, not in trucking. And there's jobs everywhere for trucking. You can get a job, if you're a truck driver, you can get a job anywhere in trucking, you know, and there's just so many different niches in trucking. It's really about selecting and finding the niche that you want to do. You know, how much money do you want to make? You want to make $100,000 a year, and that kind of funnels it down to these choices, right? So I don't know. That's my thinking about it. That's the way I think about it. But you got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy. You got to enjoy doing it, and so forth. If you don't like working with a lot of people, great job. Or you don't want to, you want to kind of, you don't want to like, you want to have limited time. You work with people, and that's a great job. You don't like, if you don't like office politics, you don't like office politics. You don't like putting up with office politics, and great job, because you're pretty much responsible for your job every day, for what you do. Yep. I look tired now. Well, I've been on this thing for almost 3 hours. I know. I probably should close it soon. I've just been going on. We've been talking. We've been continuing to carry on the conversation with you guys, which is cool. So it's not like I have a whole lot of other things to do out here. I mean, I'm out here in the desert, so what else am I going to do out here? As long as I got good internet, We're lucky to have internet out here. We're lucky to have good internet signal out here. Yeah. 15 people watching. 15 people. You'd be a great self-help guy. Yeah, I mean, that kind of brings a lot of thoughts into me when you say that. It's it's just like self-help. I mean, yes, you do need to help. You need to help yourself, but it's really about, you got to be an action taker, and you got to really, it's a lot. Anyway, self-help. Yeah, I really don't like self-help. I like just, what I really like is knowing what I need to know. I want to know what I need to know. Reconnected, you're live. Woo, woo, woo. Anyways, yeah, self-help. Yeah, I mean, it's just people get caught up. This is the problem with self-help. Like, people just consume self-help, but they really don't do anything. Like, they really don't take the advice that they're given. They really don't act on it. There's not enough action. There's not enough doing. There's not enough risk taking. There's not enough failure. There's not enough screwing up. Everybody's looking for a pill, an easy pill to take, right? There isn't one. There's no shortcuts, right? It's work. It takes work. And that's what it always comes back to. So it's just, I would be more about a work guy than not like a self-help guy. Like, just get to work. You know what you need to do. Work. Just work. Work on whatever it is that you need to work on. And don't try to get it perfect. Just like, fail your way to success, people say. Like, It's true, you know. One of my favorite podcasts right now, a guy by the name of Andy Frisella. It's called the MF CEO, the motherfucking CEO. Yeah, that's the name of his podcast. Check him out on Spotify or iTunes. But you know, he's totally anti self-help, and he's more. He has a very realistic approach to self-help, if you will. You know, he tells you what you need to know. You know, what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? And I think that when it comes to self-help, that's really the people that you need to try to be learning from is people that are telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay, that's all I'll say. I'm losing everybody. Nobody wants to talk about self-help. Everybody's got everything figured out. They're perfect. They have all the answers. The only failure is inaction. Yeah, or not trying or quitting. You know, yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You don't need more information. You need to actually do more action. Really? You just need to do more action. Do more work, more sweating, more perspiration. Hola, what's happening? You got 11 people watching. 11 people. Man, 3 hours. Wow, that's insane. I think this is the longest live stream I've ever done. So, probably be closing it up here pretty soon. Going to be closing it up pretty soon. Not probably. You could be Stretch, the big rig self-help guru. Maybe so. I mean, it could turn into that. You know, I kind of always thought, this is the thing with me. Like, I'm an underdog guy. Okay, that's who I am. I'm the kind of guy where when everybody's telling you no, and everybody's telling you can't do it, and everybody's telling you you're going to fail, when everybody's telling you no, I'm the guy on the sidelines, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm cheering you on and telling you can. And you can win despite all of these obstacles. That's the guy that I am. You know, like that's what I'm really passionate about. So, and that's just totally like who I am. I'm the underdog guy. I want to prove you all wrong that, you know, I can still win despite all of this. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of like how I like feel about all this stuff, you know? So when it comes to like self-help or whatever, you know, like the struggle or whatever, you know, I'm not into the whole, you know, I don't, you know, telling you what you want to hear or whatever. I don't know. That's just all bullshit. That doesn't help you at all, you know. But you know, in order to do this stuff, the self-help stuff, and this is what we see right now, like on Instagram, you know, everybody's an influencer. Everybody's an influencer, right? Like, you know, they're 21 years old and they're trying to teach everybody how to be successful. I call bullshit. Okay, you're not. I mean, you know, yeah, I'm going to take advice from you. You know everything, right? No, sorry, you know, but. And so anyways, yeah, it's just trying to figure out why I just said that. Why did I just negate that? Well, it's just everybody's an influencer today. But the only thing that matters, you know, it's your results. Like, it's your results that you have. But life is a lot of things, you know. It's some people find success in business. Some people find success in their family. Some people find success in just a variety of things. But I just find there's just quotes don't mean anything. You know, just do the work. Do the work. That's what it comes down to. Just do the work. For a long period of time. And don't look for shortcuts. People ask some questions or let's get Dalton some sleep. Yeah, I'm going to be hanging it up here pretty soon. Good night. Good night. Good night to you. Good night to you. Yes. Good night. I suppose it's time to say hello. Tree Thunder, what's going on? I saw you today in the comments section on CTAP1's video. What's going on? How are you doing? CTAP1, yeah, CTAP1. He is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be meeting up with him. He's supposed to be doing some barbecuing. We're going to do some barbecuing like we did last year. Those of you diehard committed West Coast roller fans, remember last year we did some here in Quartzsite, CTAP. We did some barbecuing. Well, he's coming down in his truck camper. Go check him out on his YouTube channel, CTAP1. Show him some love, subscribe, all that good stuff. Listening, say hello, cheers prior to your going. By the way, how long have you been? Parked in Arizona. Parked in Quartzsite. Any short trips planned? Any short trips planned? By the way, how long have you been parked in Quartzsite? I have been parked in Quartzsite since the end of November. I have been. I have moved. I was out, when I first got here, I was out in the Skaden Wash area. And then I've moved out over to the west side. But yeah, I've been out here for a while. Yeah, I've been out here for a while. I've had to go to Parker twice to go grocery shopping at the Walmart. And that's quite a days. It's an 80-mile round trip drive to go to Walmart and Parker back here to Quartzsite to get groceries. So it's quite a haul. I went to Blythe and did the Blythe shopping thing, and that really sucked. They have Albertsons there, but you know, I didn't like the shopping in Blythe. I found Parker to be a little bit better. Any short trips planned? You know, I'm always kind of flying by the seat of my pants, it seems like, when I come down here for the winter. And things are kind of a little bit up in the air, still kind of like up in the air, you know. It's just kind of like I just kind of go off how I feel and what I want to do. But and then it's kind of like who I meet and hang out with, or you know, I don't know. They're like, yeah, that's cool. I'll come up and camp with you, and you know. So then another week goes by, and you know, so sometimes it's kind of like hard to plan. I've never really been a good planner. I'm better at execution than planning, I think. I think that's true. But I don't think like nomads and RVers like to plan. I think they just like to kind of go off how they feel, you know. So, and I'm a real feeling kind of person, so like I just do things because like when I feel like doing it, I guess. But and I know that's not good, but I mean it's not good for like a lot of things that. What else? What do you got here? Good night. Okay, dude. Good night. Thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate it. It's good talking to you, and we'll see you next time. That's right, bud. Just working and saving and getting ahead. Okay. Well, good for you, man. That's what it takes. We all have to do that. That's right. Well, keep pressing on and keep dreaming big. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming your American dream. Yeah. Keep dreaming your American dream. Not my dream, not somebody else's, but your American dream. So, yeah, it's 3 hours. I'm going to end this live stream, guys. It's been really good chatting with you here tonight. I hope you guys are all doing great out there. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all of your support. And yeah. Just keep doing what you do. Keep kicking ass and taking names out there in the world. Whoever you are, wherever you are. And tune in next time, and we'll see you again. We'll see you again next time. Good night. Good night, all.